Derapy.
The last time we talked about Untitled Unmastered, we discussed the single version of Untitled 07, a 2.5-minute track called Levitate. That track on its own was pretty on the nose for me. Like lyrically, one half Kendrick is saying the high he's achieved is greater than any average man could imagine. And the second half is showing another side of him that is all about wanting big dollars and doing it big. While the sound was banging and the instrumental was bumping, it kind of left me feeling like, yeah, this is a throwaway track for a reason. But on the album version of Untitled 07, we have a short interlude performed by Alicia Keys and Swizz Beatz' son, Egypt, who was apparently 5 years old at the time.
Compton is where I'm from.
It's a nice way to transition from one part of the track to the next while also paying homage to Kendrick Lamar's Compton roots. But I do think it's crazy. Like, I was looking up more information about them. I found this article from Complex where apparently Kendrick once had like a 40-minute conversation with Alicia Keys and Swizz Beatz' 5-year-old son at the Super Bowl one year. And this led to this 5-year-old being on this track, co-producing it, performing on it. Crazy. Kendrick even shouts out this child before spitting arguably the hardest verse on the tape. It doesn't make any sense, but here it is.
Yeah. Young Egypt. Look. I feel like Pacino and Godfather, I'm charged. Our Father throughout in heaven, Kendrick at large. Came in the game with a plan of beating the odds. What an accomplishment. Broken promises kept my focus anonymous till I dealt with the consequence. The greatest, the latest mogul, you know what time it is. You niggas fear me like y'all fear God. You sound frantic, I hear panic in your voice. Just know the mechanics of making your choice and writing your bars. Before you poke out your chest, loosen your bra. Before you step out of line and dance with the star. I could never end a career if it never started.
Not a bad beat for a 5-year-old. So in a complete tonal switch from the Levitate bit, we have Kendrick letting the comp know it's essentially raps. He's comparing himself to Pacino and Godfather. He says, y'all fear him like you fear God.
You're scared.
And like, not me, but you know, other rappers. Sure. He seems unconcerned with petty shots thrown at him by those far beneath him. He can't end a career that hasn't started. Tough, but fair. The verse ends with him very quickly like speed running his origin story and then talking about what's happening and what's to come.
I could never end a career if it never started. The murderous capital avenues looking like evil dead zombies with batteries to the head. The flattery of watching my stock rise. The salary, the compensation triple my cock size. I run through these stop signs with no brake fluid, just premium gas. Do it for Dolo. Crash markets and prejudice tags. Look at my photo. Black excellence, pessimist died counting my coin. Hope it's evident that I inspired 1,000 MCs to do better. I blew cheddar on youth centers, builders and beamers and blue leather. Forecasting my future, this is the future. The mastermind until my next album, more power to you.
Damn. Kendrick describes Compton, where he grew up, as the murder capital, and raps that the avenues were looking like Evil Dead, with people walking around hopeless, brainless, just straight fiending. He quickly transitions into where he's at since his escape, saying that what he's been paid has tripled his rooster size. We're also talking about running through stop signs with no brake fluid, just premium gas, which on one hand reminds me of the reckless drunk driving man from a previous track, but also the premium gas makes me think of earlier in this track when he claims everything he's working is gas. Apparently the gas is premium. Wow! The duality of Kenny lasts through the end of this verse, where he speaks about blowing cheddar on youth centers, buildings and beamers, and blue leather. Black excellence is juxtaposed with being a pessimist. Die counting my coin makes you think he's being selfish, while in the next line he says it's evident he's inspired 1,000 MCs to do better. The last thing we hear to end this verse is a gunshot, which is also the way the first track from the Damn album ends. There also may be a bit of a nod towards Damn with the y'all fear me like y'all fear God line. I don't know. While I think the verse is a step up from the ones early on in Levitate, these lyrics read more like loose ideas as opposed to anything really cohesive. Rappers can't mess with you, the money got you cocky, you're trying to give back but there's another side of you that wants to flex. He sounds more serious and the bars are a little more cutting. They're a little more thought-provoking, but there's no real conclusion. Maybe that's the point though, it's just a tease. Forecasting my future, this is the future, until my next album, more power to you. And that's it. While I find the rapping solid, it's not like blowing me away by any means. And the last 4 minutes of this track, I kid you not, is Kendrick just messing around in the stew with collaborator Taz Arnold. I'm just gonna give you a couple highlights from this.
Come on, 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 come on. This is a 15-minute song.
It is not.
We're just jamming out. We on stage. Taz, we just jamming out. 100,000. 100,000. You gotta see it. Look. Like, go back to the down note. They all sing this shit. Everybody. Now I don't wait you down there for you. Sing, you sing, you sing, you sing.
Part of me finds this like very raw and wholesome and kind of cool to get like a little behind the scenes of Kendrick just vibing with the homie. But on the other hand, it really kind of breaks up the momentum of the album, in my opinion. Well, actually, I think it's just a really great reminder that it's not technically an album. And I think that this track is the definition of a throwaway. Levitate at the jump. Part 1, we have some really good ideas. Part 2, we're going a little bit harder. We're trying to lock in. We're going at other rappers, tapping into a little more of the duality of man motif. And we do have some bits and pieces here where they talk about, you know, head being the answer, head being the future.
But head is the answer. Head is the future.
If you're somebody that had been holding out for new Kendrick music or new Kendrick content altogether, I could see somebody really enjoying this. Or if you just like the way that it kind of builds the world of Kendrick Lamar, the way that he creates music, gives you more insight into his character, into his mannerisms. But otherwise, like, what's the need for this?
Come on, come on. My background saying, come on, come on. Say, come on, come on, come on. Stop!
Kendrick is one of my favorite artists ever, but there's not much value added here.
Bam, like, bam, 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 bam.
Okay, I lied. Maybe Levitate was the peak of this track. This track is a 6 at best, in my opinion.
6. Let's
hear how Untitled Unmastered closes with its 8th and final track, which we'll call Blue Faces.
Why so sad? Walking around with them blue faces. She say I'm down on my luck and it's something I gotta have. Blue faces. I hit the bank today and told them color me back. Blue faces. Yeah, that new money and it's breaking me down, honey.
Blue Faces is cool because it refers to money, new money, big money, but also being sad, having the blues. It's an upbeat joint and Kendrick singing is pretty acceptable. So let's check out verse 1.
And it's breaking me down, honey. 2 tears in a bucket, I cry with you. But I can never lie with you. I can never afford not to afford. I can never put my plans to the side with you. I can never see a red light like a deer with a headlight. I freeze up when I re-up. See, I barely have patience, and you're relating. Only the moment to complete us. Why you hate to work for it? The reason I never went to work for it. See, a 9 to 5 was so job turkey, but when Thanksgiving came, that check didn't hurt me. You plead the 5th, I read the 5th Amendment. We both criminals with bad intentions. They say time heals all, but if I could shortcut my success, Corvettes by tomorrow.
This song is very light in its subject matter compared to others on this project. This track talks about one's relationship with money, ponders questions about the relationship between money and happiness. I think that you never see a red light like a deer with a headlight. I freeze up when I re-up is pretty clever. A red light won't stop him when he's trying to get to the money, but then he freezes up when he re-ups, like he works so hard to get it, and then he's conflicted about what to do with it. He's conflicted. Towards the end of the verse, he talks about the temptation to come by money in illegal ways, and the verse ends with, "Wait a minute," which I think is pretty funny. After another chorus, we get our second verse.
My homegirl got a credit card scam. She got a scholarship to college, but she don't give a damn. Intuition got a broke bitch wishing. She tell me this on the phone with the noodles in the pan. I know you woman, I console you woman. You feel like the universe owe you woman. Oh, the anticipation of hoping you can make it. Bitches don't prosper chasing education, but you're talented and can't handle it. And your homegirl can't be your manager. 365 times 4 plus more. If you can't get it right, tell me, do you got the stamina? But shit ain't no money like fast money. Even today I'm considered a crash dummy. A rapper chasing stardom. How can I fast forward my accolades better than all them?
Kenny tells the story of a girl who has a scholarship to college but runs a credit card scam because she wants to get to the money ASAP. He sympathizes with her because he also feels like he's talented and ambitious, and fast money is incredibly tempting. Kendrick talks about how he feels like a crash dummy himself as a rapper wanting to blow up and get paid, but in reality, Kendrick his own success really wasn't overnight. Like, Buddy was rapping for a hot minute before he got his own Blue Faces. In our third verse, we get more insight into the perspective that inspired this track.
I wrote this song like a little broke home, baby. Broke home, baby. You know the poverty stricken, the little broke boy and babies. Broke boy and babies. Somebody yell Kendrick, American, the show is crazy. Then I said, why? Then he looked me in the eye and said, nigga, you fucked up. You're banking on good luck. You're wishing for miracles. You never been through shit. You're grinding still. Go, you settle for everything. Complain about everything. You say you're so cracked. My word amphetamine. Your projects ain't shit. I live in a hub, bitch. I'm living in keep on. You live in the pavement. I prayed my way through by waiting on Allah. You played your way through by living in sci-fi.
This specific conversation feels like another version of How Much a Dollar Cost in a way. How Much a Dollar Cost from To Pimp a Butterfly is about Kendrick being stingy in Africa, not wanting to give the homeless $1 and getting whooped spiritually. In this verse, he's being told that his struggle isn't like crazy unique. Like, yeah, you're from Section 8 housing, but brother, I live in a hut.
Bullshitting yourself and talking to strangers. Same thing go for the ones you came with. Well, y'all came on the boat looking for hope, and all you can say is that you're looking for dope. These days ain't no compromise, and your pain ain't mine's half the time. A brand new excuse ain't shit to me. Bitch, I made my moves with shackle feet. Cape Town.
In today's day and age, we practice the self-pity of taking the easy way out. You ain't on them, him, and her. But when the blessing take too long, that's when you go wrong. You selfish motherfucker.
That very much reminds me of a "you goat mouth man" from To Pimp a Butterfly. I like how there's a verse where Kendrick is seemingly schooling this homegirl of his, and then he is schooled by a man with different wisdom from Cape Town, Africa. Each verse gets seemingly more aggressive and direct in its messaging as we look at different perspectives on struggle. Our last line in our interlude is, when a blessing takes too long, that's when you go wrong. You selfish fathermucker. You won't get your peace without patience. Desperation can lead to crash dummy behavior. Pretty straightforward. And after our last chorus, our track ends with something that we've heard multiple times throughout this entire tape.
Pimp, pimp.
Hooray. God.
Hooray.
8.
Untitled 8 is a cute, fun jam that lures you in with a catchy hook, then hits you over the head with reasons to not be a crash dummy. Kendrick begins the track talking about his relationship with money, shares an anecdote of an impatient woman who has a chance at higher education because head is the answer, and he tries to empathize with her. The last verse touches on his humbling experience in Africa, which would be the catalyst for To Pimp a Butterfly. This project has a lot more depth than I realized upon revisiting it. Track 1 is still a wild open.
Come in, girl.
But its apocalyptic theme really lets you know where Kenny's mind is at. He's seeing visions of a world falling apart and wonders what will become of him if it all crumbles around him. Track 2 has him trying to get God on the phone, but in the meantime settling for getting Top on the phone. A very logical follow-up as far as the track listing goes. Track 3 has him looking for answers, running for answers, looking for peace, a real favorite of mine. The structure of that track, the different perspectives, the infectious vibe, just awesome stuff. Track number 4 has SZA assisting with the answer. Track number 5 paints the most vivid picture of the torment that Kendrick imagines. Anna Wise, J-Rock, and Punch are all doing incredible work on that track. All contribute to the sound of a world on fire and a man in the middle of it, contemplating throwing it all away, being reckless, throwing caution to the wind. It's the most powerful track on the album, in my opinion, on the tape. Track number 6, Untitled 06, is actually my favorite track. Like, it's not close. One of my favorite songs, just period. The lyricism, CeeLo's feature, the track is just, it's lovely. It's so sweet that it almost feels out of place on the project. I am grateful for it though. I'm glad we got it. Untitled 07 actually turned out to be my least favorite track on Revisit. Like, Levitate bumps if you don't think about it at all, but it's repetitive and kind of goofy, and the album version is dumb long and adds little to no value in my opinion. But all in all, I admire this project greatly. Its highs are insane, some of my favorite songs, but its lows are like obvious throwaways. Like, so much of a throwaway that I'm like, I don't even want to hear it on the throwaway tape. But all in all, I feel like a solid 8 on it.
8.
It's better than many rappers' best projects, but it's clear why he didn't deem this collection like album quality, album worthy. Not because the tracks lack quality, but you can just tell by what ended up on To Pimp a Butterfly and Damn that they didn't quite fit. But let me know what you think though. How would you rate or rank this project overall or just amongst his discography? What are your favorite and least favorite tracks? For me, I love 03, 05, and 06 is my absolute favorite. If you enjoyed this series, consider supporting the channel by becoming a member for as little as $1 or by joining the Patreon where all these episodes are uploaded first, or you could just like the video. That's all I have for you today. Love you, mean it, spread the bread, and enjoy the outro.